Shiba Inu. It's a name that brings up images of just meteoric rises, super passionate online communities, and a whole lot of hype. But today, the story of SHIB is, well, it's a tangled web. You've got these wildly optimistic AI predictions on one side, the unwavering faith of its community on another, and then this troubled history that a lot of people think explains its current struggles. So, what is the real future of Shiba Inu? Is it the dream or a dead end?
You know, it's almost hard to remember now, but during the last big bull run, that hype was absolutely real. SHIB wasn't just another meme coin. People were seriously calling it the Doge killer, the one that could finally unseat the king, Dogecoin. The energy was just electric, and for a wild moment there, it really seemed like anything was possible. And that, right there, is the central mystery we're going to tackle today. Because despite all that history, all that brand recognition, SHIB's price just hasn't kept up. The gap between it and Dogecoin has widened a lot. So we're going to dig into 3 totally different stories that try to answer that very question.
Okay, first up, we've got the story that fuels all the rocket ship emojis and the Win Lambo memes. This is the unbelievable, almost fantastical prediction for SHIB's future. We're talking about that famous 10-cent dream, and now it's being fueled by some of the world's most advanced AI.
Now, what's really fascinating about this is the sheer range of possibilities. So an advanced AI model, the kind of thing that powers ChatGPT, was asked to predict SHIB's price. In what it calls the most realistic scenario, it sees a potential 420% gain in a year. Not bad, right? But in a bullish scenario, where things like a meme ETF get approved and the token burn rates just go crazy, the numbers become, well, they become absolutely astronomical.
Just look at that number. A 3,620% gain in just 12 months. I mean, this is the everything goes perfectly scenario. It's the kind of mind-bending potential that literally creates overnight millionaires and fuels an entire community's hope. This right here, this is the dream quantified by AI.
But then, okay, we have to bring it back down to earth for a second. The AI's realistic prediction is a 420% gain. Now, don't get me wrong, that's still an incredible return by any normal standard, but it really grounds the conversation, doesn't it? It just shows you the massive gap between a pretty good outcome and a perfect euphoric storm.
So, what would it actually take to reach that legendary 10-cent mark? Well, the AI lays out a monumental task. First, it would require burning over 99% of the enormous supply, just poof. Then, it would need to achieve true, mainstream global adoption. And finally, it would have to ride the wave of not just one, but multiple meme ETF super cycles. And here's the kicker. The earliest this could plausibly happen is over a decade away, somewhere between 2035 and 2040. So yeah, it's a long, long road.
But AI predictions are one thing. What about the people who are actually holding SHIB through thick and thin? That brings us to our second story, the incredible, unwavering faith of the dedicated SHIB army.
And let's be honest, it has been a tough ride. It's not just SHIB, the entire meme coin sector has taken a massive hit, down 40, 50%, sometimes more. For a lot of long-term holders, this means their investment is currently in the red. They are, as they say, upside down.
But for many in the community, this isn't a sign of death, not at all. It's just a phase. As crypto analyst Austin Hilton puts it, the storm right now isn't panic, it's apathy. The belief is that meme coins are cyclical. When capital flows back in, it's going to come back with force, like a wildfire, and strong brands like SHIB will be there to catch the flame. So for them, the name of the game is patience.
Which brings us to our third and final story, a critical look at SHIB's past that offers a very different explanation for its current struggles. One that suggests, well, that the call is coming from inside the house.
Let's just start with the raw data. At its peak, SHIB's market cap was over $40 billion. That's more than half of Dogecoin's at the time. It was a true contender. But look at the numbers today. Dogecoin sits around $30 billion, while SHIB has cratered to just $6 billion. That gap has widened from a respectable 2-to-1 to a staggering 5-to-1. So, what happened?
According to this critical analysis, the trouble started right here. See, the founding team held no SHIB tokens personally, so they launched 2 new tokens, Leash and Bone, and they marketed them brilliantly, promising exclusive access to NFTs, metaverse land, and all sorts of governance rights. The community, trusting the team, piled in. And then the floor fell out. Both Leash and Bone collapsed by over 99% from their all-time highs.
The allegation is that while the team couldn't dump SHIB tokens they didn't have, they used these secondary tokens to extract immense value from their own community. An alleged rug pull that just shattered trust.
So from this perspective, hope just isn't enough. The argument is, when you have a track record of projects like Leash and Bone and a history of the team allegedly sidelining community-led initiatives, you have to look at the data and the history, not just the dream.
So, we have three very different stories, right? The AI-fueled dream, the community's unwavering faith, and the critics' damning history. How do we put these pieces together to understand where SHIB stands today?
Well, here's the crucial point that kind of ties it all together. Regardless of what the founding team may or may not have done, they are no longer in control. Because they started with 0 SHIB tokens, the project today is fully decentralized and community-driven, much like its old rival, Dogecoin. The past actions of the developers may have damaged the brand for sure, but they can no longer directly manipulate the project.
And that leaves us with the ultimate question. Is Shiba Inu a truly decentralized community project, now free from its creators and just waiting for the next bull run to fly? Or is it a brand that's been permanently damaged, forever weighed down by a history of broken trust? That right there is the billion-dollar question that only time and the market can answer.